You know, I was talking about Samba being a proper culture. That also means it's got a community. I had the chance to attend one of the rehearsals of one of the schools, Império Serrano. I got a chance to be there with them, which is a moment for the school to pretty much rehearse, be together with the community that they're part of. And honestly, I've got no words, so I'll just let the video do the talking. Alright guys, so I'm here na Madureira, where o Império Serrano is gonna have um ensaio de rua, which is all the community, passistas, baianas, bateria, are gonna parade through the streets of their suburb to demonstrate their skills, the story, and everything. So I'm really looking forward to see how it's gonna be like. Enjoy! Look at that! Look at that!
Salve as crianças! Salve as crianças! Vamos lá! Essa beleza! Alô, minhas baianas queridas! Alô, minha área de fascistas! Alô, Serrinha! Harmonia pelo meu respeito!
And one thing you should know about the street rehearsal is that this is the last time this community gets to rehearse together in the neighborhood. And you know what? I would not even go as far as saying this is a rehearsal. It's more of a gigantic party that represents the very sense of what a carnival means to them. A celebration of their school, the community, and their neighborhood. I was also surprised to discover that night that men too can be passistas. I always assumed, wrongly, that only women could perform. After all, that's what we're being shown abroad. But no, men can samba just as well. And this here is a prime example of closeness between the school and its community. That night I saw the godfather, the padrino of passistas, walk up to so many people throughout the night. And he isn't the only one. Sashi and Nubia have only been here for a couple of months, much less than others, and yet they behave with the people like they've been in the Madureira forever. This is a testament to the power of Samba and Carnaval to bring people together, no matter their background, no matter who they are. And the rehearsal ends up few hours later, where the whole adventure began back in June, with the bateria's last hurrah for the night. And just talking about it and seeing those images makes the hair on my arm stand up. Boy, what a night that was. What a night.
as you can see, there's nothing more wonderful than seeing a community comes around their school and just parties and celebrates Samba. You don't necessarily have to be a professional dancer, you don't necessarily have to be a great singer, you don't necessarily have to be, you just have to be there basically, and enjoy the time and make the best of it, because as with everything Carnaval, these kind of things only last for about a couple of months during the year, and things pretty much just die down until next week. I wish. Next year. And just as a interesting side note, I've been to another bloco with the one of Ipanema. How can I put it? The mood was so different. It was a lot of tourists, not just international, Brazilian tourists as well. I didn't really get the sense of community around it. It was more like a big street party basically. So yeah, it was quite a different experience, and I'll be honest, even though the one in Ipanema was huge, there were thousands and thousands of people, even though there was a lot of police, but there was a lot of pickpocketers. And I also saw two guys with knives running around. Yeah, that sort of gives you like the idea of how it's like when there's so many people gathering around the same spot. So yeah, Madureira, definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. So yep. Alright, I'm just taking a quick break in my walk here in the botanical garden of Rio, just to talk about someone else that I met during this trip. I'm talking about Wallace, who is Nubia's partner, who's helped me so much. That guy's been nothing short of amazing to help me get in touch with some people, like interview other members of the school, and getting me in places I never thought I could achieve, including walking the avenue of the Sambodromo where the parade happens during the technical rehearsals of two schools, the Paraíso do Tuíti and Império Serrano. That guy has been really amazing, and he helped me get into that spot so I could witness firsthand how schools pretty much prepare their parade at the Carnaval. So yes, check that out. Hello people, I'm right here no Marques do Sapucai, right next to Sambodromo. It's right there, trust me. You cannot see it right now, but it's right behind me. And the reason why we're here is because o Império Serrano, just behind me, that you've seen doing inside the wall, is gonna have a technical rehearsal at the Sambodromo. Hopefully I'll get to be right in the middle with them, but that's pretty much the reason why everybody's here. To practice all together, as one unit, as one community, before the big day next week.
And boy, was that an experience, walking among thousands of people lining up right by the Marques do Sapucai. The street rehearsal was amazing, and yet it did not prepare me for what was about to happen. Walking through the bateria, I had the opportunity to ask some people about their feelings ahead of the night. People like Júlio Moraes.
O que é que você gosta da samba? O que é que você gosta do Império Serrano? Por que é que você volta dia após dia com a bateria?
Cara, eu não tive escolha. Aqui é luz que é boa, né? Eu não tive escolha. Minha mãe Império Serrano, e aí eu ia pra quadra do Império Serrano, a barriga. Tá? E aí, vai crescendo. Eu desfilei muitas escolas de samba, né? Desfilei mais de 10, 12 escolas de samba. E aí, depois eu comecei a me entender enquanto gente e falei, cara, eu fiz uma escolha, minha escolha é Império Serrano. Ou seja, ao mesmo tempo que eu não tive escolha, eu escolhi, né? Porque eu rodei tudo e voltei pra minha casa é Império Serrano.
Há quantos anos é que você está na bateria?
Estou na bateria 10 anos.
10 anos?
10 anos, na bateria do Império Serrano. Ah, mas eu toco na bateria desde 13 anos. E aí, com 35 anos, a gente faz uma conta aí para entender desde quanto tempo eu toco. E aí eu aprendi também com pessoas do Império Serrano, né? Então, a minha escola é imperiana.
Do que você está à espera hoje à noite?
A Império Serrano atropela. A Império Serrano é uma escola de samba. A tradição do Império Serrano, quando pisa na avenida, já é uma coisa muito importante, muito forte, entendeu? As pessoas que estão aqui para ver o show, vai ver o show do Império Serrano. Esse ano eu não vou desfilar na corrida do Império Serrano por conta de compromisso de trabalho. E aí eu não consegui ensaiar, mas eu sou da bateria, eu não estou na bateria, mas sou da bateria. E aí eu tô aqui com meus companheiros fazendo parte desse ensaio técnico, para eles entenderem que eu sou da bateria.
E qual é o seu instrumento?
Meu instrumento é cuíca, hoje é cuíca, mas já toquei outros instrumentos.
curica, qual é o dos instrumentos é o curica?
A curica, essa curica tá aqui, ó. Essa, vamos ver aqui. Aqui, ó.
Esse é o curica.
Curica é a primeira fila da bateria.
É mesmo a primeira.
É a primeira fila da bateria. É o instrumento mais charmoso que existe dentro das meus condições.
And that is true, it is one of the most charming sounds in the bateria, very typical of the Carnaval. And hearing the whole bateria passing through, you not only get the sound of the whole bateria, the harmony, but you're also capable of hearing every single group of instrument. And we're not even in the concert hall. And one of those groups, the drums, is one of the most important, beating the rhythm throughout the parade. And I had the pleasure to catch up with a player of caixa, as it is called here in Brazil, Arcanjo.
Olha, desfile mesmo na bateria só tem 2 anos, mas eu já frequento há muito tempo, porque minha avó era da escola, entendeu?
E sempre com o Império Serrano.
Isso aí, sempre em Madureira.
E como é que escolheu o Império Serrano? Você viveu lá? Você nasceu lá?
Ah, é um clima de família, né? É ótimo.
É assim.
Maravilhoso.
E você vai continuar com o Império Serrano durante
Enquanto
toda
der,
a
eu tô
vida?
aí.
Se for?
Isso aí.
Do que está à espera para hoje à noite?
Oi?
Do que está à espera hoje à noite?
Fazer um show aí na avenida é muito bom.
E dar tudo.
Isso aí.
Dar tudo, and they sure gave it all during that technical rehearsal. Império Serrano is filled with amazing characters whose joy of parading down the avenue is so communicative. I'll simply let the images do the talking and let you enjoy some more footage from the event. And on that amazing night, I also met up with a person who is very important to the whole process of building up a school's parade, the Carnavalesco, the creative head behind many of the elements that go into a parade. Here is Fabio Ricardo talking about what goes into being a Carnavalesco.
Meu nome é Fábio Ricardo, conhecido mais como Fabinho. Eu sou carnavalesco, artista plástico, diretor de arte de escola de samba.
E o que é que quer dizer carnavalesco? Qual é o seu trabalho ao dia a dia?
O carnavalesco é aquele que desenvolve toda a parte artística e plástica do carnaval, desde a construção do enredo até o último momento das fantasias, do carro alegórico, até levar ele para a vida.
O carnaval está sempre a evoluir.
Sim, cada vez mais o carnaval foi tomando uma proporção muito grande, né? É à toa que ele é chamado o maior espetáculo da Terra, a céu aberto.
And for me, the biggest show on earth continued the very next day with another technical rehearsal, this time with Paraíso do Tuiuti, where I had the pleasure to catch up with Sasha and Nubia.
You girls are ready to parade in the Sambodromo?
Yes. This will be our third inside of technical. Yes. Tonight we're parading with inside Paraíso do Tuiuti.
And how do you feel like right now? You've been waiting around for how long?
Hours.
I'm like tired and my feet hurt because these shoes are like sweaty because they're like
And it's boiling hot tonight.
Are you looking forward to it though?
Yeah, always. You sit here and you like complain and you're hot, and the minute you hit that avenida, just something takes over you and you go.
the people start singing and you're just like okay.
You forget about all your troubles
Yeah,
and there you go.
and the pain.
But then does everything come back at the end of it?
Yeah, or sometimes halfway through.
Yes.
Alright, thank you girls, thank you so much, all the best.
Thank you. Montes Feely.
And one thing that's always amazed me with my experiences with those schools is the range of age of the participants. We've already talked about the Bayan as in the first part of this documentary, but the younger ones are no less impressive in their own right, just like Victor Hugo.
Meu nome é Vitor, tenho 13 anos e desfilo desde os 4 anos de idade.
E como é que começou na samba e com o Tuiuti?
No Tuiuti foi com 9 anos de idade que eu comecei. Eu comecei como passista normal. E hoje em dia estou como destaque, graças a Deus, como destaque. Na frente dos passistas, representando meu paraíso do Tuiuti.
E o que está à espera de hoje?
Um grande ensaio técnico, dê tudo certo. Com certeza vai dar tudo certo, graças a Deus. E tô aí pra esperar, tá tudo certo.
Boa! E como é que se vê daqui uns anos?
Vejo como um passista de grande plataforma e quero viajar mais, ter mais oportunidades.
Muito bom. Obrigado muito, Vitor.
The Carnaval, to the untrained eye, may seem very commercial and ostentatious and nothing more. But once you get past that and start engaging with the people involved, you realize that at its very core, it's first and foremost about the people and the community that built around the Samba schools. This is the very definition of a passion project, to engage in a creative endeavor that calls to your art and turning into a life-changing experience that will not only affect you, but all those around you as well. And on that avenue, the Marques do Sapucai, I could not imagine a better example than the work these men, women, old, young and everything in between put together to fulfill not only their dreams, but the dreams of their communities, starting from the neighborhood all the way to the Marques do Sapucai. As for me, I'll catch up with you guys on the next and last episode of Rio Samba Story, where I get inside the actual parade, yes, inside the Carnaval itself, so strap on, it's gonna be epic. And if you like my content, and if you want more of it, and boy do I have things to talk about, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the little bell symbol to get notified of when the next video hits my channel. Thank you everyone for following me. Utopian Wanderer, signing out.